Foster. Coming your way with another episode of Waterfront.
One of these days, you're going to have to make it in 2 jumps.
Huh?
That's right, 2 jumps.
I got a legitimate reason for being late this time, Captain.
All right, start talking.
Well, I was passing the dispatcher's office, and Herb yelled and asked me if we wouldn't mind delivering this letter to Josh Bender.
Captain Josh Bender? Well, I guess he is the captain of the Sarah at that.
He's also the engineer, the deckhand, and the cook.
Loves every minute of it, that's the main thing. He wouldn't be any happier if it was a 600-foot liner. About now, he's out in the outer harbor, I guess.
Go pedal your fish someplace else, Grandpa.
We got the cleanest harbor in the world.
Fine. You'll keep it that way.
One way we make sure to keep it clean is to fine violators $500.
Oh, look, Pop, I was only kidding. That ride just kind of slipped out of my hand.
All right, I'll let it go this time.
Thanks, Pop.
Billy. Josh Bender! I'll go below.
Need a tow, John?
Thanks, not right now. Got a special delivery letter for you from your son. How about coming aboard and reading it over a cup of coffee?
Well,
Or the harbor will keep for a few minutes.
you trying to tempt me? Hot coffee?
Hot as Billy can make it.
I'm tempted.
I didn't know Josh had a son.
Yeah, 16-year-old boy back in Massachusetts. John's been sending him to the Merchant Marine Academy in Woods Hole.
I guess I never saw his boy. Why way back there?
Well, when his mother died, Josh figured he needed a woman's full-time care, so he sent him back there to be with his aunt.
I guess it must have been awful lonesome for Josh.
Boy, all right?
Oh, he's fine. He's coming to the harbor in a couple of days on a trading cruise.
Well, that's wonderful, Josh. What's the matter?
You know, my sister's bringing him up. Well, Martha's a good woman, but like lots of people, maybe she attaches too much importance to position, titles, and things like that. I guess she was ashamed to tell people that her brother was only a cleanup man. What she told them instead was that I was captain of a tugboat. She told David that, too. A couple of times I could afford to visit David back east. I couldn't tell him the truth without making his aunt out a liar.
Couldn't you take some time off and show him around on shore?
He and a special friend of his want to spend the day on my tug. And the only tug I'm captain of is the Sarah.
You've never been ashamed of it before.
No, but David might be.
How long is he going to be here?
Just a day.
Why don't you become the captain of a tugboat for one day?
Huh?
Boy, Los Angeles tomorrow. Speed, boy. Hollywood tomorrow.
What do you think all those movie stars walk around right out in public?
We'll have to check on that, Dave.
We might get my father to help us on that. He's a wonderful guy, Glenn. I haven't seen a lot of him. He keeps pretty busy. But you're going to like him. He's great.
Billy, I'm not so sure we're doing the right thing.
Well, I guess it'll only take a couple of hours. It'll sure make the kid real happy.
Maybe. Here they come. Stand by in the engine room, will you?
Okay.
Better be on the ball with Josh at the wheel. You could get some peculiar signals.
We sure could.
All right, Josh.
John, this is David.
David?
Hi.
And this is Glenn, David's best friend.
Man,
Boys, I want to meet Captain John.
Yep.
I've been promoted, huh? Well, I better warn you about your father, David. He makes everybody captains. Probably do the same to you before you get off. Well, I get up in the wheelhouse. Excuse me.
Wonderful man, John is. Does a lot more around the tug than I do.
Gosh, it's a neat setup, Pop.
Yes, it is, David. What's the job, John?
We're picking up the Ottawa. We're all set, Captain. Shall we take off? Maybe you'd like to show the boys around and have me take her out today, huh?
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Come on, boys, show you my quarters.
Boy, what a harbor. Must be pretty tricky bringing ships in here, Captain Bender.
Oh, it's all in a day's work, boys.
Looks so clean and shiny.
Don't think it's easy keeping it that way.
Got quite a cleanup system here. The men who handle it are sworn officers. If you want to see how fast you can get a ticket, just try dropping some refuse over the side. Hey, Josh, hadn't we better signal the bridge?
Yes, go ahead.
Breakwater, believe me, was quite a job.
Well, where'd they get the rock?
They hauled it from Catalina on barges. And they dredged all this out in here. It's really a man-made harbor. It's one of the most beautiful in the world, I think. There's the Ottawa dead ahead.
Dispatch it to Cheryl Ann. Dispatch it to Cheryl Ann.
Cheryl Ann to the dispatcher. What is it, Herb?
We got a cancellation on the Ottawa. Bring the Cheryl Ann back in.
Oh, all right, Herb.
Say, what's the matter with your voice?
Matter with my...
Doesn't sound like you.
Well, it's not me. I mean, I've got a cold.
Oh, that's too bad. You better watch it. They're tricky.
We're going back, huh?
Yeah, right back.
Hey, Dad, we're pretty close to the bow.
Yeah, aren't we too close?
Josh always likes to give us a little thrill.
Yes.
Hey, what's the matter with him? Must be off his course. He doesn't belong over this way. Don't you think you better ease her a little bit to port, Josh?
Yeah, I think we should.
Me too.
Thank you, John.
Okay.
Nice meeting you, sir. Thank you very much.
Same to you.
Thank you. How did everything go, Captain?
Okay, except I aged about 20 years. Good thing we had that cancellation. Josh is going to take them to the ball game, feed them, show them the sights. Tonight they put them back on their ship.
Now they know what a tugboat skipper's life is like.
And that's another thing.
Now hear this. Due to engine repairs, the ship will lie over for another 24 hours. Evening classes will begin at 1900 to permit shore leave again tomorrow for all hands.
Hey, isn't that something?
Yeah, it's swell.
Now, instead of mailing that present to your father, we'll be able to deliver it in person.
Right, first thing in the morning.
Well, I'm going to turn in now. See you in the morning.
Sailing over the ocean blue, sailing over the sea. A sailor's life is the only life for me. A sailor's life is the only life. Hi.
John, here's your uniform. I don't think I ever want to wear it again.
I thought it looked real good on you, Josh.
Well, it didn't feel very good. You talk about wearing another man's shoes. This was a lot worse.
Well, if it made the boy feel happy.
Yes, I guess it was worth it, but I was so busy masquerading, I didn't really have any time to get friendly with him.
Next time you see David,
I'm really going to tell him what his old man does. I'm going to put it to him straight.
if he's half the man his father is, it won't matter a bit.
John, if you ever get wore out running this tug, I've always got a job open for you on the Sarah.
Thanks.
So long.
So long.
Gee, I hope your old man likes the pipe we got him. Sure he will. Looks like we missed your father. Leave me alone. But Dave, leave me alone, will you? Sure. See you on board, huh? Dave, I almost forgot the present for your father.
Dave, come on aboard the Cheryl Ann.
No.
I think I know how you feel. That's why I want you to come with me. Come on. What you about his job never was your father's idea. It's a little brainstorm of mine, and I talked him into it. The only reason he did it was to keep you from being hurt.
Didn't work out, did it?
The only real harm done was maybe to your vanity.
It's got nothing to do with vanity. But Glenn saw it. I told all the guys in the training ship what a wonderful job my old man had.
The job may not be so wonderful, but he is.
I didn't see anything so wonderful about him.
You were too busy looking at his skipper's hat.
But what am I going to tell the guys?
Tell him it doesn't really matter what a man does. It's what he is that counts.
Oh, sure, I can just see myself trying that.
Well, it's because you don't believe it yourself. What you need is to spend a little more time with your father so you can find out what kind of a man he really is.
You mean you want me to go out in that scow with you?
Where do you think I'm taking you? Josh, I've got something for you.
Another letter?
Your boy. ship had a change of orders. He came down to the wharf this morning.
But if he...
Saw you pull away in your boat. He's going to spend the day with you. Only this time he knows.
Hop aboard, son.
Sorry, Josh.
I'm not. David?
Yes?
We shouldn't have lied to you all these years. There's nothing bad about the truth, there never is. Being a clean-up man doesn't sound important, but it's a job that's got to be done. I like doing it. I try to do it well. I take a little pride in that. Can you understand that, David?
Sure, Pop. Here's a present Glenn and I got for you.
Thanks. Thanks. Freighter along here I've been keeping an eye on. Dirty boat. Oh, I know it isn't easy to swallow the Sarah, son, but once you get it down, it won't be so bad.
Oh, it isn't the Sarah so much, Pop. Well, I've told all my friends how smart and brave and everything you are. Anybody could do this.
Anybody could doesn't change the fact that somebody has to.
But
just like I thought. It came off Eugenia. I gotta pay the captain of that boat a visit. He won't like it.
How's that tug doing? Just a couple of minutes more, Captain. He'll be ready to go. Fella sure does a nice job.
Charges enough. Told me I ought to let him pilot the ship out of the channel, too. I'll do it myself at his price.
Eric don't set the price. What you mean is the way things are going, you can't even afford the time of day.
You've been getting your salary, mister.
Sure, one of the advantages of being mate. The crew's getting pretty hungry, though.
I don't give a...
Oh, watch it. We got company. Grandpa.
What do you want?
I gave your ship 2 warnings about throwing rubbish overboard.
All right, you gave us 2 warnings. We apologize. Now get off the ship. We're casting off in a couple of minutes.
Well, you'll have to do more than apologize. An oil drum was just thrown into the harbor from the ship.
You're balmy.
The name of the ship, Eugenia, was stenciled on the drum.
Look, I told you we're casting off. Go write your story somewhere else.
This is not a story, it's a citation. You're not casting off till you pay a $500 fine.
500?
You'll have to pay that fine to the Harbor Commission before you leave the harbor.
Pop, they are leaving.
How's that going to help you, Captain?
I told you I was casting off. As soon as we get out of the breakwater, I'll put you aboard the tug.
What's the matter with him? He must be crazy. He's way off the course. Better take over, Billy.
What are you going to do, Captain?
Go aboard the Eugenia and straighten it out. They should have let me pilot in the first place.
Judging from what I've seen of them, they might give you an argument.
That's all right, too.
I'm not paying out any $500.
Well, you'll have to before you put into Los Angeles Harbor again.
Of course, if you tore up that citation,
Why should I do that?
I can afford $50 to pay you for all the trouble we put you to.
Looks like I made a mistake. Better check that citation.
I figured you. What are you writing down now?
Citation's incomplete. Didn't include attempted bribery.
Captain Zachary.
Take over the wheel, Dobie.
Aye, aye, sir.
What are you doing up here, Harry? You're supposed to be aboard the tug.
I'm a licensed pilot. Seems to me you can stand a little help in that department. Josh?
I've been having a little trouble from Grandpop here. He framed a violation and tried to blackmail me out of a $50 handout.
That's not true, Captain John.
Shut up.
Oh, don't get excited. What about it, Josh?
I have the citation all written out. Violation of the Harbor Sanitation Code and attempted bribery.
Sounds a little different when he tells it, Captain.
Oh, why shouldn't it? He's trying to save his neck.
Oh, I'm no judge.
John, why don't you turn the ship back? Let the Harbor Authority take over.
Sounds reasonable.
Look, Herrick, I got a schedule to meet. I can't afford to waste any more time just because this old buzzard tried a shakedown. As soon as we get outside the breakwater, you take these two characters back and dump them aboard their dinghy.
Well, Captain,
Or are you friggin' on making trouble, too?
Oh, why should I? I'll take them back. By the way, Captain, did you notify the Coast Guard of your departure? If you didn't, I'll be glad to.
I'll take care of that myself.
Josh, Dave. Well, there goes the Eugenia.
Seems to me we let them get away kind of easy, John.
I don't know. They're a couple of pretty tough guys.
Pop, I don't understand. How can you and Captain John just let a couple guys like that push you around?
David, when you get a little more mileage on you, you'll find out that there are ways and ways of doing things.
But I don't...
David.
I don't think Captain Zachary will get very far with the Eugenia. He'll be having some guests before very long. Cheryl Ann, a dispatcher. Come in, Herb.
Come in, Captain John.
Hello, Herb. Call Jim Blake of the Coast Guard patrol boat and give him this message, will you? Freighter Eugenia just passing breakwater without proper clearance and after violation of harbor safety. Suggest they pick me up before boarding.
The Coast Guard ought to be there pretty soon.
Right.
There's the pilot again. Oh, Ensign, what can I do for you? I got all my clearance.
I understand you ignored Mr. Bender's harbor safety citation, and you took him right along with you.
Oh, that? We were just kidding. Just taking him for a little ride. Captain Herrick took it too seriously.
It seemed serious at the time.
Well, as long as you're in a joking mood, Captain, maybe you won't mind giving us a little ride, too. Down to your dock.
Judge Bender's waiting for you on his dinghy.
Change your course.